So the market done a little dippity dip, as I mentioned in my last video here, why XRP is dipping before takeoff. So that's where we're at. We're at the dip. So the next thing to look out for is the takeoff. So, welcome everybody to Crypto Angles podcast number 82, I believe. I'm going to have to say here and now, if your attention span is shit, then this video is not for you. If you do not see the value of astrology with crypto, this is not for you and you're going to miss the gems. It's as simple as that. So, with the astrology, that's why I noticed a dip was coming. But let's get into the astrological story. My laptop's not laptoping, it's not like swiping through pages, but here we are. Over here, we combine astrology with the crypto markets to see what goes on, what could be happening, how it could be impacting it. Sometimes we look at gematria as well, but today is just astrology. It plays a bigger part than you know. If you don't know already, so yeah, let's get into it. So the order of the video, we'll look at the astrological story, then we'll look at the technical analysis. So we are in February and we're approaching our full moon. So we're here now, the 4th of Feb. Forgive me, it's a bit late because my daughter, she turned 5 on the 2nd of February. She was born on the 2nd of the 2nd, 2020, all the twos. But anyway, we're a little bit late. But there's not much happening this cycle. So we are going to touch on this cycle and then we'll, of course, recover it again on the 9th as well. So we are here. We've already, child has entered Aquarius, which I don't feel has much of an impact, but the Aquarian energy is something to pay attention to because look, we've got Mercury entering into Aquarius next cycle. I don't like to use the word weak. If you're new here, I'm trying to get it out of my vocabulary because we're not weak. And then we're entering, the sun will enter Aquarius. So you may think, oh, it's Aquarian season already, potentially, but this is in full alignment with the visible sky. So the sun, moon, and stars you see outside this calendar is in full alignment, and you can get it. There's digital and physical copies if you want. But anyway, something I mentioned about the crypto dip was this. In my last video, which was pinned, you can go check it out. I says we're getting this Capricorn energy. Mercury entered Capricorn. We had a new moon in Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is very slow moving. And even though the market didn't move slow, like, that dip was not slow, it was fast. But Capricorn energy is based on stability, foundations to long-term goals. I mentioned it in my last video, and I said if we do get that dip, don't be alarmed because essentially it's building the stability and foundation. So the way I want you to pre this dip, the way I want you to pre this dip is it's building the foundation for longer or higher upward goals. Okay, it needs that solid foundation. So it's like the way it's kind of going. February is looking bullish as fuck. It's looking bullish. Yet that deep correction is just a signal to me that we are going to extend quite high. So I don't really like to throw like unrealistic targets out there, but I'm gonna say as an example for XRP, I wouldn't be surprised if we're reaching or trying to reach or getting close to that $100 range if it acts the same way it acted before. Oh, pardon me. Confirmation burp. We may be seeing a close to or possibly $100 XRP, like no gas, because this is such a deep correction and it was 100% manipulated. 100%, but of course it's manipulated to reach these higher targets, because if we didn't dip so low, creating a more solid support, we won't rise as high. You see what I'm saying? So let's go anyway. So that was something I mentioned in my last video, and what we're coming up to is this full moon. We will touch on it again in the next video, as I said, but we've also got Jupiter stationing direct, and it's stationing direct where? In Taurus. So it's moving forward in the toroidal field, which is the material reality, which covers love, but we're not focusing on love right now, and money. So Taurus fuels the second house, which covers love and money. So the main focus is money, of course. But Jupiter is known to expand. So that's all it wants to do. It wants to expand in any area. It can expand in a downward spiral and it can expand in an upward spiral. So that basically means positive or negative in your material reality. So I'm seeing this Jupiter expansion ultimately is getting ready to expand the crypto market. February is looking bullish as fuck. As I said, is looking bullish, bullish, bullish. So even though we've had a correction at the beginning of the month, as we are now, and that's good because you want the correction at the beginning of the month. But I'm gonna say 99.999% sure that we're gonna have one fat ass green candle in February by the time the monthly candle closes on the 28th, giving us our new moon in what energy? Aquarius. um I'm seeing a fat green candle probably to sit on. Let's keep it PG, but anyway. So yeah, we're getting Jupiter is ready to expand in the material reality, which covers money. We're then going to enter into our full moon phase, which starts 5 days before and 5 days after the moon phase. So whether it's a full moon or new moon, we'll start on the 7th of Feb and we will finish on, is it the 17th of February? And when it's the full moon, price likes to find its support. Okay. When it's found its support clearly, anytime within the 17th, from the 7th to the 17th, could happen on any day. It's not exactly on this date. But when price likes to find its support, you then long the market. If you're not trading like that, and of course this is not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but if you are just DCAing into the market, which is dollar cost averaging, basically putting in every month, every week, whatever you can do, um these are points where you can look at, okay, let me DCA into it. So we're getting to that point because the full moons, you long the market. So this is just telling me from once we fully enter this period, going up into our new moon where we'll be rejected, find our resistance level because the new moon, no moon is the resistance level. We're going to be bullish as fuck. Okay. So it's a full moon. It's gonna be a full moon in Leo. Like I said, we're not there yet. We're here. We are here, but we're gonna touch on it now, and we'll recap it on the 9th. But it's this Leo energy, so it's fire. Leo is fire. It's very heart driven. Um, doing my research on the moons when it comes to XRP, the Leo energy, when it's ready, so only when the market has set up and it's secured, when it's ready, it can move quite a bit. We're looking at 50 to 100% movement when it's the Leo energy. Not all the time. Sometimes, if it's unsure, if it is unsure, so if the market is moving unsure during this time, the next few days, then it will move unsure. But if you can see it's fully setting up for like an upward movement, then it will roar like the lion and it will basically do that. And I'm going to have to say, forgive me, this is my right brained feminine perspective of the market. So only if this resonates, do give a like if it does resonate. But anyway, we're also getting Mercury in Aquarius. So Mercury is pretty much the main one we want to look at, as well as the moons, when it comes to the market. The rest will have an impact because astrology impacts your choices, decisions, and then that will impact those who are invested in the markets to with their choices and decisions. Okay, including the whales, the elites who move the market. And we do know that the whales and the elites, they sold they sold the hell out of this, and then they're buying now. They are buying. Something I want to say if you do trade, you can tell when the market is getting ready to sell. This is a gem. Listen, I'll show examples. Maybe in my Patreon, I'll show exact examples, but the spread is different. When the elite are out, or getting ready to come out, the spread is different to compared when they are in. Okay, so that's something I've noticed recently. But anyway, this Mercury is energy exchange. It's based on all of energy exchange. That's thoughts, communication, and things of that nature. But it also includes money. It's monetary exchange, how you're exchanging your fake money, your fake energy, because that is what Mercury is about in the simulation. And it's in this Aquarian energy. So just keep an eye on all of this Aquarian energy. This is child. So our inner child is in this Aquarian energy already. It's like it's ready to strive in this Aquarian energy. Aquarian energy is very unique. It's innovative. It's like these unique ideas, these what's it called, this advanced technology and things of that nature. So crypto in and of itself is happy within February, okay, with all of this Aquarian energy, because it's unique. It's this innovative idea, it's this new thing, is based on technology, something in essence that gives back, because Aquarius is the water bearer and it pours its water out and gives back. So Mercury is ready to exchange its energy in this Aquarian type of vibe. So this as well is just telling me like, oh, networking opportunities may come up. You may even get like connections when it comes to crypto. You may be like, meet someone, it's like, wow, you're into this, I'm into this, and you can vibe type of thing. um yeah, it's like this Aquarian energy is pouring out, it's giving back. So again, it's kind of amplifying this bullish type of energy of giving back to the collective, how you can potentially profit from all of this, with Jupiter ready to expand your material reality. So that is what oh gosh, we don't want to see my messy we don't want to see my messy anyway. So the Bitcoin stock to flow model, plan B, plan B, look at where we're at. We are going lighter in the orange. So we're going to get much lighter. And again, I'm just wondering, are we going to stay below this line? Because as you can see, we hit it here, but we didn't get much over it before coming back down. Whereas the past iterations, we were well above it before coming back down. But we're essentially at this level where it's turning lighter orange, turning lighter orange, turning lighter orange. Then we get this bullish momentum. So we are moving, people. We are moving so much, so much, so much. So we're going to get into technical analysis, but before we do, the calendar is available if you want it. So this is this year's calendar, 2025 into 2026. It finishes in March 2026. This one finishes next month, March 2025. So you can still grab that. There's digital and physical copies available. So yeah, diary will be available soon of this year. So just keep an eye out for that. But let's get into the technical analysis of XRP. XRP, yada hizzy. So something I want to show for anyone kind of doubting the astrology. You see this little box I done here? It was probably about 2 videos ago. I don't know. I might have done it in my last video. I'm not sure. But 1 to 2 videos ago, I says the new moon probably may come in here, and that will be our resistance. I was like, there could be a second option where our resistance is this level. And take a look at this, comrades. Take a look at this. We're going to put on the moon phases. I just put it red so I could easily see. It was literally on my box. We got rejected at this level and then pushed down. So this is what I'm saying. If you lot have missed this video and you've not got to this point because you was like, oh, astrology, then you're gonna miss the gems. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very right brained. I have an amazing mentor, and this is where I learned these things off. But yeah, I'm very right brain. So let me just take a sip of my fermented grape juice. Hold on. Mm. There's no editing in these videos, people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, something I do want to show you is that I have a fib pulled from, where did I pull it? Minano. I don't know where I pulled it from. Let's just pull it up. But I had this fib here for a while, and I just want to show you how price moves. Like, fibs do not lie. Let's just put this up. So I pulled it from yeah, it's from here. So the swing low to the swing high, I pulled it from, which gave us our 0.888, which is the buying zone. And once price passed that, it jumped up. It went close to the 1618, but it didn't touch it. So it needs to touch it for this to be like validate. It needs to touch it, and it will touch it. However, look what it did. It jumped up, it went above it, it retested like a wick down to the 0.888, which is the buying zone. It went back up. It was getting weak, and then it dropped right down into the golden pocket. So this is kind of telling me, like, you can see now price is still trying to go a bit down, but we wicked so far down, and I'm going to pull another fib and you'll see where it wicked to, and your mind is going to be blown. But we're in the golden pocket right now. So I'm seeing this level at $2.52 is our support. Okay. Now, what scares me, look at this week. It broke well below the fib. So this is just confirming it was a manipulated event, like this big wick down just to push people out of the market. But what does scare me is something which I mentioned in my last video when it came to this week. Oh, pardon me. Like, I know people got offended last time. I was like, your bets are annoying. Like, oh, say pardon. Like, no one's here right now, so I don't really need to say pardon, but it's a confirmation burp, okay? When I burp after stating something, it's confirming it. Like, it happens when I do my astrology readings and anything spiritual, it just comes out. Or it might just be the wine. But anyway, what I mentioned in my last video was this wick. When XRP likes to wick down, it shows you where it wants to go. And up, both ways. So basically, usually XRP likes to go not the full length of the wick, but it likes to go just short above. So if XRP was to go just short above, it would have sat on the top of the golden pocket. However, this was a manipulated event to wipe people out before the takeoff fully happens. Okay. So what just kind of, I wouldn't say scares me, what I'm cautious about is this wick. I don't feel, because it was manipulated, I don't feel that price will try and fill out this wick. If it does, like I mentioned, XRP doesn't usually go down all the way to the wick. So I'm looking more at this zone at like $1.95 if it's to do that. Or lowest point $1.81. But I don't think it will do that because it is sat in the golden pocket. So what we want to see is that price can hold above and close at least 2 to 3 daily candles above $2.52. Okay, so write these numbers down: $2.52. If it cannot hold $2.52, we may be entertaining these lower levels. But I really don't think so, because it was a manipulated event. And being within the golden pocket of this bigger structure when it comes to XRP, I feel we're safe here, a little bit safe, especially because we're getting ready to find our support. So if anything, the full moon, let's draw it in, because if I'm wrong, you girls wrong. You know what I'm saying? Come on, laptop, please, laptop right now. There we go. Please, laptop. That's it. If we are going to take another leg lower, I'm just going to put that red square there. I'm seeing it's the bottom of the golden pocket. We'll find support. That should give us enough support, because even if you didn't have the fibs, you can see we got rejected at this level, came up, broke above it, came back down to retest it. So this is a good zone where if we do fall lower, and this candle structure, I'm not really, I'm going to say not really liking, but the candle structure alone kind of tells me we may come back down, get that support before going up. So ideally, we just want to see if we can maintain a $2.52. If not, we may come back down to lower levels, but this is a good zone if it wants to find support there. And of course, it does have the option, because we did touch it. We had a bullish candle yesterday, bearish today, but we could hover inside of the golden pocket, so between $2.68 and $2.52. We could hover in between that before breaking out again. And look at this, we got rejected just off the 0.888, which is the buy-in zone, to take us to the 1618. So that's what we want to keep an eye on, really, is support in the golden pocket and in breaking out of it. If we can break out of it, touch back that 818 as support instead of resistance, we could then push up fully to the 1618. And because we didn't reach it on this level, XRP, when it's ready, so only when it's ready, and it clearly wasn't ready on this occasion, that's why we had this big dip down. When it is ready, XRP happily pushes through all of the 618s. So the highest 618 is $5.49. And usually XRP likes to break above that and extend past the 4.236 just slightly. So we're probably looking at just under a $6.50 XRP may peak to, once it is ready and breaks the finds this 0.888 as its support. Okay, but there's something I do want to show you, which I seen. Bear with me, the chart may look a little bit messy. Let's just move the moons. Get rid of the moons. Oh gosh, let's get rid of the moons. I'm gonna pull another fib. It's gonna look a bit messy, but no worry about that. So where shall I do it from? I'm going to do it here just so we can see the numbers. So from swing low, that was the lowest point. It wicked to that point before we had this devil wick to the swing high. No, let's just get another chart. Let's just get another chart, Bab. Because it's a little bit too messy. I want you to be able to see it. Like when I'm looking at this just myself, I figure it out, but I really want you to see it. So when the chart loads, we'll just get rid of this one. I don't want to get rid of the other chart because it's the main one that I use. So this is just another fib level. We'll get rid of that. We don't need it. So let me show you now. We'll look at Bitcoin after. But from this swing low, because remember, this was that devil wick it did before it did this extra devil wick. Devil, 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 devil wick. Okay. So we basically, as we dropped down, you're right, love. As we dropped down, we broke straight through the golden pocket on the downward position. So this is a bearish fib. The other one was a bullish fib. We broke straight through it. We retested the 0.888, which is the buy signal, but of course, because it's a bearish fib, it was a sell signal, and we did this twice. So even though we did it again today, we did it yesterday as well. So we broke through it, we went and hit the 0.888, and we did this monster wick. We probably did the monster wick before touching it, to be fair, or we might have gone up and done the monster wick. We can only tell on a smaller time frame. But we went and broke through the 618 on the bearish fib, and not to the 2.618. So that was good, but it was interesting. It's literally just a move. So this is where, when you look at it this way, it's like, don't be alarmed if we still probably prices just pushes down. It doesn't fill the wick, but pushes down and gets closer to the 0.1618 on the bearish fib, giving us the 222 and $2.22. um Again, even though it's at a lower point than this support, it's still finding another support, another high, because it would be like this zone roundabout. So I just want you to keep that in mind. I don't feel that will happen because we're safe in the golden pocket, but if we do break below 2.52 cents, then keep 2.22 in mind, where price may get close to. I don't feel it will go as low as this other wick, like I said, but when it comes to this Capricorn energy, why doesn't, like, does anyone have an Apple laptop? If I do this, shouldn't it go to the other page? But no, it doesn't. So it's fine. These computers always like to fuck me up. But anyway, as I mentioned in my last video with this Capricorn energy, things, even if it dips, you may be like, oh, it's not going anywhere. It's going to zero. It's not going anywhere. I'm scared. But keep in mind, this is the beginning of the bull run. Okay, foundations need to be laid. All of this Capricorn energy, we are still, the sun is still in Capricorn. Capricorn. The child was in Capricorn. Is all of this Capricorn energy. Okay, the foundations are being laid, and with a dip being so low, sorry, I'm so sorry. My desktop's so messy. It's embarrassing. But anyway, with the foundations being made, this just tells me we're gonna go higher. We're gonna go a little bit higher, because I'm not gonna lie, when it came to my not prediction, but from technical analysis, when it comes to XRP, I was seeing a the high 20s to possibly 36 maximum XRP. However, if we're gonna go off percentage wise, my ute is reaching $100 to $200, and I'm not gonna scream out there $200, because something I don't want is for you to be expecting a high price and you miss out on profit. I do not want that to happen to you. I've been burnt by that, by, like, say, unrealistic prices, but prices when it wasn't ready to do that, and I don't want you to miss out on that. So it's like, from based on technical analysis, the highest point after $15 to $20 could reach $36, 30 to 36. Like 15, it will be the safest zone. I'm not gonna lie. 20, you're pushing it, but it's still a bit safe. It's reaching the 30s. It's like, oh, okay. However, if it is to move like it did before, it could easily hit 100 to $200 confirmation. But oh gosh, why did you have to burp just then? Forgive me if you're fed up of that, if you don't like it. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, but those are targets. So for me, like, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Yet the safest thing to do is make sure you've got out what you've invested in, as well as what will help set you up in your life, what you need to pay off, or what you need to go and get, new home, new whatever it is for you, traveling the world, and just leaving a portion in there to see if it does these astronomical highs, because the XRP army is talking about 10k XRP. Now I've got some XRP, a portion for life, so if it hits 10k, then it hits 10k, but I've still taken out my portion, what's gonna sell. But let me just show you this anyway, what I was talking about. So we're going from swing high to swing low. The highest point it's been, and look at this, it is literally at the height, well, the wick. We're paying attention to the wicks. I'll move the dots, but the wick just there to the wick just here. We hit the highest point it's ever traded at, and we had a mad rejection. So we're doing swing high to swing low. Swing high to swing low. I'm gonna do it here now. I'm just gonna get rid of the other fib because we don't need it, Bab. We don't need it anymore. Oh, got rid of the wrong one. Let's let's get rid of this and we'll pull another fib. So swing high to swing low. This is how you get your bullish fib. It's the opposite for bearish. You do swing low, which would have been here, to swing high. But anyway, as you can see, I've gone on like the 3 monthly. So the 3 monthly is looking quite strong, Bab. Look at it. It's looking quite strong. So we've jumped up. We've gone inside of the golden pocket. And we're literally just underneath the golden pocket on a higher time frame. So this is just screaming bullish to me. But with the higher time frame, we haven't reached, or not even close to, the 1.618. And again, if we are going to reach, when XRP is ready, if we're going to break through all the fibs. Now if you do your research and look back, look left to see what's going right, you'll see XRP breaks through all of them. So it's like the highest $13, and it usually extends a little bit over, so we can comfortably say $14. That's why I was saying 15. So like, looking at it like that, that's definitely the safest gameplay. Yet if you're going to do a if you're gonna do percentage wise, let me just show you, so I'm not, you can see I'm not just gassing. I'm not just gassing. Percentage wise, so we are here. Okay, we've reached a certain high and we're getting rejected back below. So I'm just gonna do it here, just conservatively. We're just gonna go up to the wick, seeing a 1,600%. So conservatively, we're gonna do that 1,500 from where we're at. A 1,500%. Oh gosh, I can't do it, Bub. I can't do it. Here we are. 1,500. Oh, there's 2,000. So it's showing like a $41 XRP. Now I think from what I did before was from where it was here, like the full move from where it was, because technically this move from where it broke out here did it here. So let's see. So $41 XRP may still be like, but we'll do it here, and we'll just do it to the candle wick. 23,000%. 23. So let's just round that up to 20 down. We're going to round that up to 20. So it's not getting too carried away with these prices because we've seen a certain amount, but I'm going to do it from here because that's where we broke out. 20. Oh gosh. Let's do 20%. 20,000. You see? $114. So let's just round that down to $100. it's possible from the full move to here. It is possible if XRP just wants to extend. Yeah, I do feel this, 15, 14 zone is safe, and a portion to see where it goes. But yeah, let's get back onto the daily. Reset the chart. That's basically what I am seeing. And like I says, when it comes to the Bitcoin stock to flow model, it's this is getting ready. February is gonna be bullish, fam. It's gonna be bullish. As you can see though, like I mentioned before on the daily, it's getting rejected at the top of the golden pocket. So if anything, it may want to retest the bottom of the golden pocket. Just keep that in mind. Um, let's keep that in mind. We want to just maintain the $2 region. Okay, we want to just maintain that. But ultimately, price will want to find its support. Oh gosh. So going back to what I says with the moon, this full moon, don't be surprised if there's more bearish energy for price to find its support before doing some crazy reversal and going up. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Keep that whole thing in mind. Just some crazy reversal, and then it's just like it's up, it's up, it's up. But let's take a quick look at Bitcoin, and then we'll start to close. I don't want this to be too long. Sorry if you can hear me gulping. So when it comes to Bitcoin on the daily, as you can see, I already had a fib pulled. And you know what's wild? I've been doing these videos for a while, and this trend line, not trend line, parallel channel has been there for a while. And I was like, are we gonna hit into it? And we did. We went and hit into it. Could we hit into it again? Could we do that? I don't know. Let's not keep it out of reach. But what I do find interesting is that we have continuously been rejected off of the 0.888, rejected, back into the golden pocket. Right now we broke through the golden pocket. We was rejected at the bottom of the golden pocket, and we're being pushed down. So when it comes to Bitcoin, ultimately you want to we need to get back up into that golden pocket, you know. We're resting on the 0.5, which again is good. Will we hold there, or will we come back down to that 0.338? I didn't check the RSI for XRP. We are getting rejected there on the RSI in the daily. I feel we just need to come a little bit lower. There is a chance we could come low, but not as low as this point, because we are in bullish energy. As you can see, we've not come low in the RSI, so we could get a higher high in the RSI, but price may be lower, which will be good because that would show a bullish divergence. When it comes to the MACD, we're still a little bit in the red, so this downward momentum is not finished. But remember, Capricorn energy, I just forgot to do it for XRP, so I'm gonna just show the RSI and DXY for XRP, not DXY, the MACD are the he. So with the with XRP, the RSI is showing a little bit different. We're not as high as Bitcoin. We're much lower, which is good. I've noticed it seems as if XRP is moving the market recently. That's something I've noticed. That's good. It could still be the same thing with Bitcoin, where price may go lower than this last price, which is here. So the wick, this devil wick. But of course, zoom in, reset chart. Even though I've said that, oh gosh, we just need to delete these. Can't see nothing. Can't see nothing. The RSI is showing the candle level, it's not showing the wick. Okay, so it's like essentially price most likely will go lower than this candle level that you can see right there, and I can't see it, so let's just zoom in more because you most likely won't be able to see it. So as you can see, this is just like a standard breakdown retest coming back down. So I feel if anything on the daily, we may hit that 225 level, um, which potentially would bring us higher in the RSI. Like it may not go that low in the RSI, but on price it will show it's a little bit lower. That would be a bullish diversion. So we just have to see if that plays out and if that happens. Um, but we'll see on this daily candle close. But it is feeling like there's not much more room to go. um Being in bullish energy, there's really not much more room to grow, so it's definitely finishing off its downward momentum, even if it has to touch it just a little bit. With the MACD still showing a little bit more red, so a little bit more downward, but again, Capricorn energy is building the foundation to extend higher. So I just won't be surprised if we're reaching 50 to 100. Like I won't be surprised, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, back to Bitcoin, and then we'll close. We'll take a quick look at the DXY. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for the bits of the coin. Let's put on the moon phases. So we got rejected there again on our new moon. We came down. We're being rejected on the golden pocket. So it's like this is our next support zone, the 0.5 at 98k. Or could we go lower? Could we go and test that 0.382 at 96? Could we do that? Each coin moves differently, so it's like I've not really known Bitcoin to fully fill out its wicks. Not like XRP, I've been following it more. So we just want to keep an eye out on this zone. Can it hold the 98k? Can it hold that? If not, our next zone is 96k that we want to hold. If it does want to fill out a wick like XRP, is 93k. Probably won't go as low as it, but then again, this point is still a little bit higher. No, that was my own level. It may want to do that, hit that 3 times, because oftentimes crypto likes to do things in threes, though it has done it. Uno, dos, tres, three. So it has done it, and sometimes it likes to do it a fourth time. So I just wouldn't be surprised. That would be probably our next last level, 92, if it's to do that. But for Bitcoin, we just need to get into the golden pocket and stay in it. That's all we need to do. XRP is in the golden pocket, so this it just goes to show. I feel XRP is moving the market, but I do need to finish now because my babies need me. My babies need me. I just want to see what the dollar's doing. These videos, the crypto and the dollar were moving opposite of each other. So essentially, you'd look at the dollar and be like, okay, it's doing that. It looks like it's doing this. The crypto must be doing the opposite. However, oh, confirmation, but sorry. I'm not sorry. I say it sometime, but it seems to be moving in correlation, which I find interesting because of the whole Trump being involved in it, and he's also like pro crypto. Um, so I do find this interesting, but as you can clearly see from the zones, the moons aren't really needed. We hit a resistance, we broke through, we came back, retested that, but then we've retested this resistance zone. So of course here will be the next level. Will we find support here, and will we continue up, or will we break lower? I can't really say much. Like, this is moving the crypto market, but of course, because Trump is kind of involved, it may have a big aspect. So it's kind of like if we do hit here, then if we break below this zone with the DXY, then crypto may fill out not all of the wick, but some of the wick that it has done, the devil wick that just happened. It may do that. But like I says, it's all this Capricorn energy. It's going to create solid foundations for a higher propel. Okay, so keep that in mind. Or we have the second option. it finds support here and then continues on up. However, we have had lower highs. See, lower high, lower high, lower high. So I just wouldn't be too shocked if it does break lower. So just keep that in mind. But it doesn't really matter. It's DCA, because ultimately February is looking bullish as fuck. It's really looking good. It's really looking good. So before spring, before the financial tax year, I am seeing a big bullish energy. I could be 100% wrong, but like I feel 98%. I feel 98%. But anyway, this is the new calendar. If you did want to get it, do grab it. Digital and physical copies are available when it loads. If you did like this video, do make sure you give a like. Help your girl out. Push me out there. Help me earn a little bit on YouTube. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But yeah, with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. If you did like, make sure you stick around, and au revoir. Angel out. Bye.